infusing the coffee in this morning. Oh, it tastes so good. Beauty dust. I've got to order some more. I'm on jar number, I don't know, 200 at this point. But I am up, did Blogilates, wearing tinted sunscreen yet again under my eyes. But I'm really liking that Color Science one. It's pretty nice. And I'm also liking the Cetaphil Redness Relieving one as well. I think the Cetaphil Redness Relieving one goes on really moisturizing. So anyways, what did I do? Blogilates, I did an inner thigh routine this morning. And now I'm just having my coffee. I got to responding to your comments early this morning and answering some emails, working on some projects. My research project is going really, really well, and we're kind of in the last legs of a stretch, so I've been working on that and going to gear up to do a lot of work this week on it, so I'm preparing for that. And my mom and I are going to go and look at some more apartments today. And who knows what we have in store. But, fun fact, I got an iHerb haul yesterday, so I'll share it with you guys, everything I got. But I got a lot of new stuff this time, you know, kind of impulse purchase stuff that I have been wanting to try out, what have you, so I'll show you what I got. Alright, so first I got some of this peanut flour by California Gold Nutrition. It's basically like the PB2 powder that I normally get, but they always show me this when I log on to iHerb, and so I've always wondered how it compares to the PB2. It doesn't, the reviews say it's not as sweet as PB2, but it looks pretty good, and it doesn't have any sodium, so I like that. And I like to put this into my oatmeal sometimes, and I love putting it into soups and stuff to make like a peanut curry. And then sometimes I just like sprinkling it on cucumber, kind of with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It kind of gives it almost like a Vietnamese salad kind of a taste. So I like that. And then I enjoy baking with chickpea flour quite a bit, and I've been intrigued to try green banana flour, which, as far as what I think this is from plantains or plátanos, which I love eating, so I imagine I'll like this. And my understanding is that while this is called green banana flour and made from plátanos, it tastes nothing like banana, and it is a gluten-free flour replacement. So I'm intrigued to try that. No, I'm not gluten-free, or I don't exclude gluten, but my diet incidentally does seem to be relatively gluten-free, and I'm always intrigued by these alternative flours. So all this is solely green bananas. Then I also purchased this. This has always tempted me, and I finally went for it to try it. I was always kind of on the fence as to whether or not this would be good. It is the Dray Labs Cocoa Cardio certified organic cocoa and beet juice powders plus hibiscus extract. You all know I love hibiscus tea, and I love beets, and I love chocolate. So why not put all three together in a powder form that is non-alkalinized? But I like to have hot chocolate sometimes that I just make from cocoa powder with a little bit of almond milk and stevia. So I thought this would be an interesting alternative. I'm not sure why it's called cardio. I don't think it has much caffeine outside of whatever the cocoa powder would have. It doesn't have any added caffeine, for example. It's just beets and hibiscus and the cocoa powder. But yeah, I guess maybe cardio, like cardioprotective from the antioxidants. I think that's what they're going for here. But I also got some of this Eden organic tart cherry butter. Somebody mentioned this, I think, back in the fall when I was talking about making apple butter, and that a lot of the apple butters you buy in the store have a lot of added sugar. And somebody mentioned the Eden fruit butters. So I got the cherry this time to try because I love tart cherries, but it's really hard to find cherries that don't have added sugar in them. But this is really just the tart cherries as the only ingredient. So I'm intrigued to try that. I bet this is going to be really good, like in oatmeal and smoothies and all sorts of fun stuff. So have that. Then I love my Rhythm Superfood beet chips, the naked ones. Okay, they've got ones that are salted, but the naked ones are the best in my opinion. And they're just expensive. That's the problem. And yes, you could probably make something like this in the stove or air fryer if you have an air fryer. And I just eat the entire bag. It's only one serving, and it is insanely expensive, but it's like a little treat to eat a beet that's been desiccated. But that's literally all. That is all that is in this. Then I got sea veg crazy as per usual. I've really been enjoying buying my kelp noodles at H Mart, and so I've stopped buying them on iHerb just because they're a little cheaper at H Mart, but they don't have this sea tangle Kona berry noodle ones, the Kona berry noodles. I've had these before and I like them. It's the kelp noodles, and then let's see, it has Kona berry in it. And another sea veg that I was intrigued to try out is this sea veggie seaweed salad mix. This looks so cool. It's one of those where all the sea vegetables are in there, and then you just add a little bit of water, and it hydrates up into this little mermaid looking entree here. But this has what does this have in it? A wakame, agar, what else? And these other sea vegetables whose names are things like suginori, sunomata, and mafunori. I know I'm butchering the pronunciation of those, but this is from Korea. It is vegan, gluten-free, and paleo-friendly, and it looks delightful. So I look forward to experimentating with that. You all know I love my sea vegetables. Speaking of sea vegetables, and coming back to Eden, I adore dulse, so much so that when I buy dulse, typically I have a problem and I just consume it like in one sitting, and it doesn't last me very long. So I wanted to try these dulse flakes. I think some people have mentioned that I should try the flakes in some of my hauls. And so I thought maybe by getting the flakes, I could prolong their shelf life in my cabinet, because I do go through them pretty quickly. Speaking of sea vegetables, again, Eden, you all have seen at Whole Foods when I go with my mom, I like to get that seasoning that's like sesame seeds and sea vegetables. So I got some from Eden, the Eden Shake. This is just black sesame seeds, white sesame seeds, pickled red shiso leaf, and plum vinegar and nori seaweed. I'm excited to have that. It is from Japan. Then I also got the coconut sweet leaf drops. I'm so happy to have sweet leaf drops back. I got coconut and vanilla. I was not happy with the Now Food stevia drops that I got in my prior iHerb haul. FYI, if you're looking for an update here, I need to get a little sip of tote. But yeah, I was not happy with the Now Foods ones. A, I did not like the taste, and B, having this dropper is key, because the Now Foods one was more of a syrupy consistency, and it was really hard to get out the right amount. It was either too little or too much. It was just not easy to work with. I don't recommend those. These are the best. And I store mine in the fridge after I open them. I think that's what it recommends. But I have kept them out at room temperature with no problem as well. Like, they don't crystallize out or anything. Then I got another bottle of the Dynamic Health Organic Coconut Aminos. I really have been happy with this Dynamic Health Coconut Aminos, the non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, kosher, halal, recycled bottle. What other Boy Scout badges does it have? I guess that's it. This is really good. Of all the coconut aminos, I think this one's kind of the most soy saucy. It's pretty thick and syrupy. I keep mine in the fridge. And a tip, if you buy this, if you keep it in the fridge, put a little Tupperware container underneath it, like a little booster seat, because invariably when you put the lid on, at least the way I am, it kind of drips down the edge of the bottle a little bit, and will leave a little ring of sticky icky on your fridge, so that'll just keep it a little tidier. I purchased this Frontier Co-op organic curry powder with coriander, turmeric, and mustard. I'm about finished with the curry powder that I got from Patel Brothers, I think. But I was happy to see this see this on iHerb because it does not have salt. I find it's really difficult to find seasonings that don't have salt. I don't like adding salt to food, period. I think it just overwhelms things. But this is coriander, turmeric, mustard, cumin, fenugreek, paprika, cayenne, cardamom, nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves. How is this not going to be wonderful? I know a lot of people just make their own curry powder by buying individualized spices and things, but I like this Frontier Co-op, so I went with the overpriced route and just bought this. Speaking of expensive, no salt added seasonings, I was jazzed as Louis Armstrong to try this Taste of California, this Gustus Vitae condiments. Okay, Taste of California is the seasoning I selected. First up, they have several salt-free seasonings. They have a lot of salts and exotic salts. So if you were a chef, I would love to know your thoughts on this brand. They have some really interesting looking seasonings. Non-GMO. This one, like I said, salt-free. It is strawberries, lemon peel, cilantro, and thyme. Again, probably all things that you could assemble yourself. But what sold me on this, the packaging, okay? I love this little tin, totally reusable, but it's got a magnet on the back. So looky there. I mean, I'm not going to keep it on my fridge, but you know, you can get one of those magnet strips and store it. So I'm thinking ahead. If I like these, I might start buying them and, you know, put a magnet in my kitchen space, because these don't allow any light in, which is another thing about the packaging that I like. So this was kind of a seek and try type thing. My mom is out of Natural Calm and asked me to get some, and I got this Calm for Kids only because I wanted to try a different flavor. I drink it when I go over there, and she likes to have it intermittently, so I try and replace it for her since I'm the one who mostly consumes it, and I wanted to try the kids one. I think the only difference between this and the adult one is that this has probably less magnesium in it, and this also adds some B vitamins, and I think it adds choline. This is marketed for kids. I just drink this solely for the taste. I don't drink these for any kind of supplement benefit or anything like that. I just really like the way they taste, and I used to drink a lot of like Crystal Light when I was in college and medical school. I used to drink a ton of those artificial sweetened beverages, so I found this. It's sweetened with stevia, and it's kind of my replacement for that, and I drink it in the morning. I drink mine cold. It's supposed to be consumed warm, and it's kind of supposed to help calm you down before bedtime and help you sleep. But I drink mine cold. Then I got another box of stevia. Sweet Leaf, I think, is one of the better brands I've had of stevia. They do it right. I don't know what they do to it, but their stevia is consistently good. I am so happy. I finished my Now nutritional yeast flakes last night and was really nervous that my iHerb haul would not come today for whatever reason. So I'm happy that it did, because I can't go a day without nutritional yeast. So I got my nutritional yeast. This is so good. Even if you're not vegan, you should really give this a try. It's really good as a seasoning on things. It's really good just to add that savory flavor to things. People say it's cheesy, but this doesn't taste like cheese, okay? It really doesn't. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that I was consuming cheese, you know, maybe over a year ago. As a non-vegan, before I went vegan, this tastes nothing like cheese. And, you know, all the cheesy cheese, fake cheeses, they just don't taste like cheese, okay? But this gets you into that flavor category that you might be seeking of savoriness. And then I've mentioned before that I have no issue with soy. I don't have any problem with it. I'm really familiar with the studies on soy and health and breast cancer and all the literature. I really reviewed it for myself. The decision I made is that I'm okay consuming it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me feel ill. I prefer to consume soy, and I prefer to consume tofu and edamame, and I also like just plain TVP or textured soy protein. This is just dehydrated tofu, basically, or dehydrated soybeans. So I like that, but I don't like buying the fake meats. This is what is in the fake meats, but they add a lot of other things, like a lot of salt, and sometimes they add vital wheat gluten, which I don't really care for. I think it's kind of odd, but to each his own. So I just like to get this. It's very versatile. Even if you're not vegan, it's handy. But the easiest recipe that you can come up with for this, if you're like curious how to use it, is to get your favorite marinara sauce and heat it up on the stove and throw a little bit of this in and let it rehydrate, and boom, you've got bolognese. So very easy. But yeah, that is everything that I got in my iHerb haul this time. So a lot of new stuff that I'm excited to try out, and you know, maybe there'll be some recipes, some cool new spices. So that is it. Hashtag Typey TV. He's growing every day. I come over here. Look at him. High energy. Get your little squirrely. Get your little squirrely. Well, hey guys, I'm over at my mom's house now. We just got back from looking at another apartment, and this one was obviously better than my current apartment, but not quite as good as one that we saw last week. It just had a few little things, little pearls of suggestions of things that would not be desirable if you lived there. Namely, just kind of the tone of the management. What did you think of this second one?
Well, I would put it on number 2.
Number 2?
Number 1 was last weekend what we saw.
Yeah, I'm still gravitating towards that one, but anyways, we're here. My mom is you're getting ready to have a coffee, and you're massaging Tybee's face over there. Is he doing his facial exercises? So I mentioned the facial exercise thing because I get a lot of questions about, is facial yoga helpful for aging, for saggy skin? Because, you guys, one of my colleagues in dermatology just did a study trying to find out if there was any legitimacy to this facial yoga exercise thing. And they had middle-aged women enroll in a trial of doing, let's see, how long did they do it? A 30-minute daily or alternate daily facial exercise program over 20 weeks, okay? Exclusively middle-aged women. And long story short, they came to the conclusion that they figured out that there was some subtle improvement in saggy skin laxity after 20 weeks. But again, very small population and only middle-aged women. So nothing done on men, and only 20 weeks, so pretty short, but so far that seems to be the most evidence that I can at least describe to you guys as far as, is facial yoga worth it? So I guess it doesn't hurt, you know, to move your face around. I know, for example, that when you grind your teeth quite a bit, you can get the masseter muscle in your face can become quite prominent, and so, you know, I can imagine if that area of your face is atrophied with just as age-related change, that maybe that kind of a muscle hypertrophy may be desirable to you to kind of mask that. But I thought it was interesting, and I thought I would share it with you guys, because when I made my saggy neck video, I almost said on that video, there's no evidence for doing facial exercises. And then I saw this study had just come out, and I was like, oh, I better hold my tongue on that, because it looks like somebody finally looked into actually doing that, for sure. So not gonna discredit it entirely, but. So we need to get Tybee on a facial yoga for his ear thing, always flipping in and out. He seems to like it. It increases his hearing.
He has flyaway ears. That's what that's called.
He's a cutie.
Look at him. Tybee, are you showing off?
Tybee.
Here.
Baby boy, you stay on my mind. did you think of the Natural Calm Kid?
It's a little fruity.
Fruitier than the other flavor?
This is from long ago, but we used to have these tablets that were called fizzies.
Yeah.
You dropped it in water and it made a drink.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that tastes like.
It's the afternoon time and we're making lunch. I made my lunch.
Another.
You're gonna have another one of your supreme,
Yeah.
super green veggie burgers? Those look good, yeah. So I went ahead and made my jumbo salad. I've got a head of romaine, some parsley. These are the pickled green beans and then just some regular green beans. My mom had cooked up some chickpeas and brown rice together, so I have a little bit of that. And it looks like she also put green bell pepper in there. And some carrot, a little bit of sweet potato, and then some nuts and sesame seed sticks and wasabi peas, and of course nutritional yeast. Oh, and then my mom got this applesauce at Costco. And I know it's odd to put applesauce on your salad, but I'm an odd bird. My viewfinder screen, one of the little screws fell out. My mom had this handy eyeglass repair kit that came to the rescue and repaired it. So otherwise you guys were kind of flopping around a little crooked. Looks like you made a good sandwich there.
I did. Once again, I'm having the
What's Ezekiel bread?
Dr. Prager.
Dr. Prager and spicy mustard?
Yeah.
And veggies?
I really love that spicy mustard.
It's good, yeah. And I'm just having the Ahmad tea. It is, what did I do with this? It's the rose hip, I tore off the label. The rose hip, hibiscus, and cherry. This is a good one. Well guys, it is late afternoon. Somebody just came back from an adventure outside.
He sure did. He likes bugs.
Well, you're probably in the minority there, Tybee.
Yeah. He thinks he's supposed to catch every bug.
Careful.
And now that the lizards are out.
Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah.
I want to get salmonella. I want to get salmonella.
Wow, boy.
But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to conclude the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed the iHerb haul and lunch with Mom. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe.